Hello. All right. This is sort of an urgent message, more specifically for star seeds as well as light workers, obviously. We're coming up to a massive transition and shift with this full moon, and there's going to be some gateways opening. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for the message that I'm bringing forward today. So the comments should be really fucking interesting as we move through the next couple of days with this. However, this is not the normal time that I come live. So normally I come live on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Today is Tuesday, and it's 1 hour before I go into teaching the Mystic Bundle. However, the urgency of this message was so intense that I felt it had to happen. I was told it had to happen. So I want to deliver a couple of messages, but I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up. So when you're here, hit me in the comments. Where are you from? And let's come together in community here. We have a lot of big changes coming up, and we're hearing a lot of hype about the split of Gaia into 5D, the split of the world. And I'm going to share some very unpopular opinions with this right now, and more so tonight in the Starseed event. So tonight we have the Starseed event coming up. You can go to diamond.com and catch that. And then Wednesday night, we have a very, very exclusive time together. It's going to be channeling the Draco energy, which is probably going to be, hi, Becky, which is probably going to be the most intense channeling that I've ever done. But I know tonight's is going to be very intense as well. So tonight we're going to be talking about the person in office and their role. I've been doing a lot of remote viewing, a lot of astral projection, and a lot of communications. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that everybody's here. A lot of communication with the Galactic Council. As you guys know, I do not work with the Federation of Light for a very particular reason, which I'll share more tonight in the group. So good to see some familiar from Iceland, but living in Sweden. Well, hello, Karen. So this is a little bit heavier of a live than I've probably ever done because there is intense urgency in it. So yesterday, I had probably the biggest download of my life. Really, really intense download. I've had a few of those since December that is showing me how we are trapped, what the actual glass ceiling is made out of. We'll call it the glass ceiling. What is coming for humanity and how to deconstruct that glass ceiling. So I'm really excited to share that tonight in the Starseed event. But I can't really bring that public here because the amount of backlash plus I'm being shadow banned a lot, so I can't really bring this stuff forward where I really want to. So anyways, back to this urgent message. There's two very distinct messages that they want to bring forward. So I'm going to channel those. I have bits and pieces of what it is, but I'm waiting for you to show up because it's for you, not for me. My message is very different. I have been working in divine purpose for over 2 decades, almost 3 decades now. I'm just a couple years off from that. And this is the year where I pass the torch, where I hand the torch over to those that are ready to forge a new path for humanity. So I've been really sitting with the best way to do that and really trusting that the right people are arriving, because I'm not willing to hand over the torch to anybody who is in this ache to be important or is channeling Palladians or working with lower vibrational entity. I'm very selective and my guides are very selective. So we're sort of calling you out right now. And this message is for those that know they're here to stand in purpose, to stand in divine order, and to be a part of this massive transition that's coming up. With that, what do I really want to say? I'm not even going to go into the negative stuff. I'm just going to go into this messaging. So yesterday's meditation was part 3 of how we are ensnared, how we are held back, what it is that's actually holding us back, and how to alter that. So the information that's been coming through, yeah, it's about hyper manifestation, but when you get to this level, you don't care. I don't care about the physical reality anymore. I don't care about material possession or any of that. I'm quite in the opposite energy, actually, of really moving into being of service on a deeper level and really passing that torch off to those that are ready for it so that you can be the game changers. And we're going to have 3 waves. So this is the beginning of the important message here. We're going to have 3 massive waves coming at us of activation. deep activation. Now, having said that, I cannot lie to you and I cannot spoon feed you hope. The activations will not happen if you are not ready for it, if you are not prepared for it emotionally and mentally, which means you do have to do some deep healing. You do have to look at where the limitations or the blockages are in your life that are distracting you and how to course correct those. Um, I, for some unknown reason, blessed might be the word. I don't know what word to use, except for over a decade ago during a meditation, I was handed an actual contract. Um, and once I signed that contract, I have been unbelievably protected as I walk this path in divine purpose. And the contracts are coming forward now for you. And I'm seeing them and I'm seeing what's entailed in that. And this is my role on the planet. And it's challenging in moments to be a human in a 3D world and come forward with these messages when there's so much hate and trolls on the internet. And I do get quite a bit of that. I very much enjoy my ego enjoys clapping back to most of it, but it isn't for the faint of heart. And that's why looking at where you're sort of limiting yourself or holding yourself back is really important because you're going to have thick skin going into this. There's going to be people who, hi, Chevelle, people who want to bring you down. And you're going to go through rough waters as you navigate the sea of consciousness and union for what's involved in humanity. So we do have that split coming up, unpopular opinions. Ready? Dolores Cannon. I don't know like, was she a crazy cat lady with a whole lot of catnip and she was just high on it? I don't understand. I understand her role in opening up the doorway into the realization that we are going through this massive transition, but the world is not actually going to physically split into two. Most of us are already in 5D dimensional consciousness, fifth dimensional consciousness with this transition. We are the ones that already crossed the bridge, so to speak. And that bridge is rickety and that bridge is scary. But once you get onto the other side, you're like, okay, let me catch my breath. um, so it is a way of existing in a different dimensional consciousness where what you see and how you see the world, you still see it. It's nothing changes except for your perception of it, which can liberate you fully into using universal flow to really create a life of ease for yourself so that you can stand in purpose. So, yeah, if I wanted to, I could absolutely be a millionaire with all of the things. But being of service is actually my role. I don't care to be a part of a world that's just going to crumble, anyways. Do I like a few things? Yeah, obviously. I like travel. I like all those things, but it isn't about that. It is about understanding how to create your requirements so that you can live your highest timeline stress free, so that you can continue to stand in purpose and face the adversity that's coming down the pipeline. So we're shifting. We are feeling that this full moon tomorrow is going to be one of the most powerful portal openings that we have yet to experience. Yes, you can look at astrology and you can look at all these things. I am simply looking at starseed activation. That's my role, that's my specialty. So we are going to be having a portal opening, and I've been seeing it in my meditations, and it actually um, looks like a doorway of light, and it's very bright at the top, and it's raining down, almost cascading down, and it's not quite on Earth yet. When that does arrive, which the beginning of that is going to be tomorrow, and it's going to go through all the way till the full moon in April, we are on a timeline, hence the urgency in this message today. We are on an absolute timeline of get your fucking tools in your toolbox on your back and get ready to go. One of the craziest meditations I ever had, knowing that this was coming, and this meditation happened years and years ago. I was in this meditation. I had a backpack of my tools on, my metaphorical tools, and the earth was being flooded, and a lot of the water was dark and muddy and murky, and it was very challenging. And there was a lot of people in forlorn and crying on the sidewalks, not knowing what to do. There was no electricity. There was just confusion and no power, no anything on the planet. And we were walking and gathering and being like, come with us, come with us. and there was a whole group of us, and I was kind of going down through this trench, like sliding through the mud, and the water was really moving rapidly. So we were strategizing how we were going to cross that. And as soon as we did, we went over this little hump, and on the very other side of it was a pristine city, a city that I have never seen anything like that. And so we walked through that city, and in that city, there was all of these big channels, these, like, the big sewer pipes that like shoot out. They were all clear and able for us to walk through. And as we walked through them, we were watching galactic entity support us with technology and building a new life, in union with Gaia, not destroying her. So I feel very strongly that we are on the doorstep of that vision, very strongly, which I'll be talking about tonight in the galactic event quite a bit. So right now, your guides, so anybody who finds me, you either find me to get heavily triggered, and you're fucking welcome, or you find me because you're meant to walk this path alongside myself and other starseeds that are doing the same work. I have a very unique way of meditating and calling out those that I can be of service to. And I don't give a shit about anything else because I'm here for you. I'm not here for me. I'm not here for the naysayers. I don't care. But having a larger audience, obviously you're going to get the like people who want to throw the Bible at you and whatever. So right now we are feeling the onset of that. So in the comments, what are you feeling right now? For me, it is this ache of this powerful fierceness, knowing of what I'm about to do. I know exactly what I'm about to do, and my path is super clear. For a lot of my students who are also beside me are feeling the ache is amplifying. The ache to, I'm meant to do something. I don't know what it is. I'm meant for something. What is it? I ache for it, and it actually hurts. Like, it's such a deep, deep ache. If you know, you know. And so that ache is amplifying. And with that is coming a different sense of ascension symptoms. So there's upper chakra stuff, like we've got some sinus stuff going on. There is the inability to stay present, like to stay in reality, if you want to call it reality. We're just off all the time. It's like ADHD on steroids, where you're just zoning out so much. Everything is speaking to me. The clouds are speaking to me. The trees are speaking to me. The moon is speaking to me. Everything is speaking to me. And I'm like, it's just constant information and noise and messages. It's overwhelming, but in a really beautiful, euphoric way. I am feeling unshakable. I'm feeling determined. It's basically, it's like, it's go time. That's what it feels like. It's go time. And we know that. And so what is go time, right? Like, what is it that we're meant to be doing right now? So I want to deliver 3 separate messages, and you can choose which one resonates with you. And this is channeled from a higher council. Super uncomfortable to do this live, but anyway, it just is what it is right now. And it's time. So I want to dive into that. And then I know you have purpose. I know it's coming, right? Like, tears of sadness. So you're feeling humanity, Dare. Excited, heart pounding at times, knowing something, but not sure what. Yeah. Like, we're all feeling it. And that's how I know, like, guys, I have walked this path for so long. Oh my God. Like, since birth, like in my mom's womb, I came out this freaking way. And I walked it alone for so long, because it wasn't until early 2000s that channelers started like being brave enough to come live. And so walking that whole path alone for the majority of my life, I was like, am I crazy? And so there's still these moments where my ego's like, girl, are you really doing this? Like, but now, because I'm with you and because of the Starseed events, there's a whole giant community of us. There's a whole community of us, and we're here, we're in it together. And it makes me feel like I'm not crazy anymore. So I love you and appreciate you. And I'm so grateful that we've all found each other. So what's coming, I can't talk about it on here because it's just going to get friggin' taken down. We're going to be fine. I'm just going to put it at that. We're going to be okay. There is going to be a false showing up of galactic things. I want to use the word invasion. There is going to be a false one. That's coming up really, really soon. There's going to be a lot more of fake ships showing up in the sky because what's actually there for us, the galactic that are ready, humans are too cruel, we're too mean, and they're not ready. Humans are not ready fully for full disclosure. So it's leaking out, and there's going to be some bullshit that's going to come down the pipeline that's going to be really uncomfortable, but it's not going to harm us nor destroy us. It's okay. But it's planting seeds for the naysayers. It's planting seeds for the God fearing only. It's planting seeds for those that still think that love means male and female. It's planting seeds for those that think that your body is my right. Like, it's planting seeds to wake up the masses that are so unbelievably stubborn and stuck in ancient ways and not fucking 2025. Like, it's time that we come together, for Christ's sake. But anyways, Bonnie, I know you're ready. I feel you all the time. So there's going to be some fake stuff. We're going to be fine. There's going to be a lot of conspiracies that come out. Please avoid them. Don't pay attention to it. You don't need to. It's all a distraction, and it's distracting us from going within and actually finding the messages. You have all of the information in you. You have the ability to reside the same way I do, where you're creating your life. You're liberated and free from that system of things. You are in full knowing and trust of what your purpose and your role is, and you're fully connected in conversation with your galactic energies and your higher self. I want that for you. You all have it. And if you're feeling this, it's because it's time. So let's dive into these messages, and then we'll kind of pick it up from there. I just have to watch the time because I'm teaching the Mystic Bundle in 50 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so I have 3 separate messages. I just want you to take what resonates and throw away the rest, honestly. Nobody is 100% accurate 100% of the time, and there's bits and pieces for all of us. We are all meant to be diverse, and we're all meant to be different. We are pixels of color in the great rainbow of things. We are not one color in the rainbow. There's not one way. It's not one thing fits all. So I want you to just take what resonates, and it might be a piece out of all of them, or there might be one message that's more predominant than the rest. But I would love to hear from you in the comments as I connect in 1, 2, or 3. What one do you feel within your intuition is mostly meant for you? I am going to offer you, if you would like to receive it, it's up to you. I'm going to activate my healing modalities as well with this. So I've been doing quantum healing and galactic healing for about 20 years. How old am I? 46, 26, 22 years now. So I want to offer that healing if that's something that you would like to receive. So you just have to choose to receive it or not receive it. In the Starseed group tonight, we're going to be doing a very, very deep activation. We've been doing a lot of those in the Starseed groups lately. So for those of you that are showing up tonight, make sure you bring your water. All right. Okay, I'm connecting in. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go into the first message. This message is, how do I word this? Okay, before I say this, this is not a race, and this is not a competition. It never is, and it never will be. And so if this message is not for you, it just means not right now. In my meditations, the Galactic Council have been showing me 23 people. I know you. I know you through and through. I am you. You are me. We are family. We've had past lives together. I've been witness to you in a lot of meditations over the last year, a little over a year now. And I've been knowing that this time would come. So there is a very, very, very exclusive private message that will reach you this evening. So I want you to pay attention to your inbox. I'll just put it at that. because I know who you are. So you're going to get a private message. But this is number one's the first message. So you are the first wave, number ones. You are the first wave of understanding how to navigate the bridge from 4D to 5D. You are studying it right now. You have been studying it. You have been going through the thick of it. You have been having love be turmoil for you. You've been um your self-love is soaring right now, however, but over the last 8 months in particular, you have been going through the thick of it. You have been going through stressing about your greatest fears, whether that be love, prosperity, loneliness, or divine purpose, but there's something very unique that you have been struggling with. And so right now it's time for you, my loves, to take a step back and ask yourself, how have you arrived where you are right now? What worked for you? This is going to be a part of what you are going to be walking into with this full moon coming tomorrow, all the way through to the full moon in April, if you choose it. You have 2 months um, to anchor yourself in your knowing, in the absolute unshakable energy, knowing that you have arrived and you have arrived. You just thought it would look different. And so right now, you are part of the first to walk through this new gateway. And you know the bridge, you know what it feels like to shift into fifth dimensional consciousness on Gaia. In your own consciousness, you might be at 6 or 7. But in Gaia's energy, you understand her turmoil. So the message for you right now is all about bracing yourself and getting prepared to look at this as an adventure instead of a challenge. Easier said than done. But that is the absolute requirement for you to move forward, is how do you change your mindset into perceiving this journey as an adventure and not a challenge. Yeah. I'm just getting downloads on what I'll be sharing with you in the upcoming little bit. It's really intense and beautiful, but right now, it's like tie your shoes tight and get your backpack on, get your water bottle and get ready to go. It's time. And you are the first wave, number ones. You are the wave of showing other people how to navigate the bridge and not be afraid of it. And that is a big challenge. And we are the first ones to go. It can be frustrating and scary, and it can be very anxious. And then we get into this space of this very confusing space of, I'm ready to do it for others, but why did I have to have it so hard? Why? Why did I have to be the one that took that beating? Or why did I have to be the one that stressed and was alone and was abandoned? Why did I have to be the one that had to raise my kids alone? Why did I have to be the one? Like, when does it get easy for me? We can feel that really purging to the surface. And I want you to be really honest with that, because in loving that peace, it will transmute into a vibration that serves you. And that is my path, man. Like, I understand. I understand how lonely and frustrating and resentful this path can be until you get there. And even when you get there, it feels like it's shaky ground. And you're like, is this sustainable? Is it going to last? Because it's so different than the rest of the way the rest of humanity functions and works and operates. And so it can have these very shaky moments, but you get stronger and stronger and stronger as you move through it. And so right now, it is about that forward momentum. And where can you say yes to life right now? Number ones, it's all about eyes on the prize, eyes on the moon, eyes on the stars, eyes on what's available for you. It is limitless what's available for you. And so this is just your reminder that you've got this. You have got this. I promise you, you've got this. No matter how shaky it feels, you're going to be great, and you're going to do amazing things, and you are going to show the way for so many. You're coming up to that finish line, or you've already crossed that finish line of challenge. And I feel, again, it's a choice. I can say this and you can choose to be stupid and walk backwards and go back into the shit if you want to. Nobody can make you there. Nobody can do these activations just strictly for you. You have to participate in the change of self and in your reality and in your perception. So I really want you to focus on your perception. Um, really focus on where am I holding myself back and what limitations are on the surface. This is your turn, your time to finish the big things and the beliefs, the hidden, sorry, I just hit my mic, the hidden beliefs that are holding you back. Get it finished so that you can move forward into what's coming. Okay. So this is just in your journal. You're just going to process, what am I actually afraid of? And you get really honest with yourself. What am I actually afraid of? Is it fear of sustainability? Is it fear of being seen? What is it? And then you're going to start to work on that, please, because you don't have much time. You don't have much time. The gate is open. It's opening tomorrow. Like, yeah. Anybody else feel that? Like I see it. I can see this gateway. I can see this portal opening in the skies. And you know what? I'm already all the fucking way crazy. Let's just fucking talk about it. I will go out and gaze every single night. We have a hot tub that's out on the back deck. So my favorite thing at the end of the day is to just go stare at the sky while sitting in the hot tub. I program the water in the hot tub, which programs the mist in the air. It's plasma, which programs everything. And it just opens up these gateways of connection for me on a really beautiful level. And right now, I can see this massive gate starting to move down to earth. And as I see it, all the clouds shapeshift and either become dragons or galactic entity or whatever, and they move. They won't go over the gate. The clouds will literally morph and go above and around the gate or underneath it, almost like, here it is, dime, here it is, dime. And I'm like, I know it's there. So it's really fascinating and such a cool experience. And even my partner, my husband, he is sitting in the hot tub being like, do you see that? Like, that's a dragon. I'm like, mm-hmm. And he's not spiritual, but he's seeing it. So I'm curious if anybody else is seeing that as well, or is it just me? And I don't do drugs, just so you know. I'm not high on fucking pot or anything. I'm not even drinking right now. This is why my back was trying to throw me out this morning. You already know, Aisha, that you have massive purpose. The sky is expanding. See? I love that. Okay, we're going to go into message 2. Oof, guys. Okay, message 2. Holy intense starseed vibes with number 2. Okay. Everything is in an evolutionary process, meaning moving from surviving to thriving. Okay. I talk a lot about that in my book. You are in the thick of that transition right now, number 2s. And I feel like you're really strongly connected to like Orion, Arcturian, like the manatee, galactic energy, you're really connected to things that are very close to Earth in a very beautiful way in the evolutionary process. Some of you might even be Pleiadian actually, but not the like low vibe bullshit ones. Like I feel you, and you're going through metamorphosis right now. And I feel that things are challenging you to experience courage, to experience what the feeling of courage is, the frequency of courage is. When we are challenged to experience courage, often it comes with a very shaky foundation. So like being in rough waters, or being in the middle of the ocean with no paddles, or being out in a crazy lightning storm or tornado with no protection. Like, that's how intense it feels. And to be able to stand there and be courageous and to be heart-centered and out of fear, out of the anxiousness of fear, out of the how, when, why. So you're really going through the thick of it right now, is what I'm hearing. But in that comes the clarity of the balance, the overall balance of light and dark and what that actually means. So you're going to be a big wave. You're going to be one of the next waves that's really going to anchor in probably around the beginning of April, where you're going to feel clarity right now. So it's like you're finishing up your challenges. You're finishing up the hardships that you've endured. You're finishing it up. You're saying goodbye to things. You're closing door on things. You're getting really clear in here on what you're going to tolerate in your own thought patterns. And so really discipline and ask yourself, what does it take for me to be courageous? What does courage mean for me? And how can I experience that day in, day out? How can I reside in being the lion's heart? Um, I feel like you also had big transition that maybe you haven't recognized that started in August for you, in and around the Lionsgate portal. So there's been a massive transformation since August to now. So I want you to do some reflecting about how far you've come and what is it going to take for you to stand in courage and bravery over the next little while. There's also this message of unzipping your truth, like removing, becoming so unfiltered in who you are and standing so bravely in your starseed energy, in your truth, in your full self. Now, the whole world does not need the full self. Everybody at work does not need the full self. It doesn't have to work like that. But just standing there unfiltered within you, within your knowing, your self conversation, in your close social circles, with your children, with your pets, hugging the tree in public, like those kinds of things. You're really moving into that, and you're at the tail end. You're finishing up. You're in the thick of those last challenges that are going to, don't look at them as challenges, look at them as opportunities for you to stand more boldly in your courage energy. That's what you're moving through right now, is how courageous can I be? Once you really anchor into that determination of being courageous, everything's going to settle. So it's up to you when things settle. The more you look at everything as an opportunity to conquer courage, the faster you're going to move through your obstacles or your challenges right now. So everything is an opportunity for you to become stronger. I don't want you to look at it as being victim, being stuck in challenge. So it's really important that you sort of take that mindset shift. Also have a look at, where are you spicy? I think a lot of you are probably super spicy about humanity and what's going on in the United States and all of the chaos. Um, let's not get caught up in that. Let's not get caught up in the frustration of the chaos or the confusion of the chaos or the what the fuck is coming out of this person's mouth next situation. Um, there is purpose to it. And so instead of allowing things to distract you, or low vibe exes or divorces that you're going through or challenges with your workplace or any of these things, let's not get caught up on the frustration of it, but instead, all right, how am I going to choose to stand so brave and in my truth? How can I conquer this? How can I conquer this? What's my solution to owning myself and owning this? And you're going to see a massive transition. It is of the utmost importance for you right now. Just fucking master it. Please master it. I fully, truly understand how distracting life can be and how it can be consuming. Like, I was a single mom for a long time, going through one hell of a fucking divorce. And like, challenged financially, challenged with my health, challenged with how is I going to take care of my kids and still be working in all of the things, and how many jobs do I need? And oh my God, like I know it through and through. And I don't want that for you. I really ache for you to understand how powerful you are. And that's going to come by choosing to be brave. So the urgency of it is, take advantage of this opening, this gateway opening that we have that starts tomorrow. That gateway is coming down. It is like whoom, landing, and you're meant to experience that energy. We're all going to go through that gateway for our own reasons and experience something very different with it. but clarity comes with that. And clarity can't come if the mind is busy over all of the obstacles. So, really, please, self power, mind power, self awareness, all of those things right now for you so that you can use this energy that's coming down tomorrow. Like, we're going to be feeling it. We're already feeling it a little bit because it's so close, but the opportunity to experience it is going to be coming through opening up tomorrow. So it's really important right now. And it closes the full moon in April. So it's a really little window to explore. And it has to close because the rest of humanity isn't ready for it. So those of us that are aware that it's there and we know what to do with it, we are going to become full intentional creators and be standing separate from really anchored in 5D on Gaia. So it's so important right now. Okay, let's go into number threes. Let me flip this over and have a look see. Mm. Okay, this is what it's going to look like for you. Um, so interesting. I just have to show you. Like, there's an actual door. Like, I think this is hilarious. You cannot make this up, right? So there's an actual door on the one card. I'm just like, oh, that's so amazing. Okay. So number threes, it's more of a be mindful of what you're experiencing kind of message for number threes. Like off in the clouds, like way off in the clouds right now, off in the ethers. Um, the sensation of one, maybe homesick, like I ache to go home, whatever that is for you. Um, that's going to intensify that ache. And the reason it's intensifying is because you're morphing into a full light body right now. You're morphing into full galactic activation. You're going through it and you are in between realms and you're seeing in between realms. You're experiencing the gap between realms right now, and you are the gap between realms. That's very much my path as well. Like, I am the doorway between a lot of realms for a lot of people. So when people work with me, it's like I'm the doorway for them to move through, to go into the next dimension. And you're kind of shifting in between dimensions right now. You probably have been, where you're going to be experiencing what would appear to be a glitch in the matrix. Um, you're going to be experiencing the shifting between realities and realms. There are many, many, many realms here on Gaia, many of them. And humans experience the third dimensional realm. As you evolve in your own dimensional consciousness, you experience other dimensions. Gaia is actively anchoring into 5D, 6D right now, which means the doorways or the veil between realms is becoming much thinner for those of us that are aware of it, and those of us that are powerful intuitives, powerful healers, powerful star seeds. And so number three is you're moving between those realms without even realizing that there is a veil, that the veil's just not there for you. You're shifting all over the place. And those veils are moving into your awareness as well. So the message for number threes is the best for all involved. Okay. We can get a lot addicted to this journey, to the discovery journey, to our meditations, to our downloads, to the psychic phenomenons we're having. We get real fixated on them because it's really cool. And it's like, whoa, right? But right now, the best for all involved. So as you're experiencing the other realms and these glitches, ask yourself, what is the other participant receiving from you? And can you start to morph your perception and your awareness and your intention, instead of having these experiences for you, having a unified experience for the thing that's connecting with you? You are very much way showers, trailblazers, pioneers for unity, number threes. You're very, very, very needed and required. And I hope a lot of you are in the Starseed event tonight. Um, very required, because you are going to be what brings everything in union. So you're experiencing the other realms before, or you will be if you're not already, but I'm sure you are. You're meant to experience them to be a spokesperson or an ambassador to help other people when they begin to experience those realms of how to prepare themselves for it, because it'll be a little intense. Um, it can be quite intense. So it's almost like you are experiencing all of it to help normalize it for those who will be experiencing it after April. So you're gonna go through a lot in a really good way. You're gonna have a lot of beautiful experiences, but you can feel very disconnected from reality sometimes. So it's really important that you understand how to bring yourself back into your human experience. Very important to how do I bring myself back into my human experience? Because you're gonna lose sight of it a little bit if you're not careful. Um, it's about what does your root chakra require? What does that baseline require? So if you were 6 again, what made you really happy? Go for that. That's the easiest way to do it. My 6-year-old self loved dancing, loved music, and loved animals. So I got a whole lot of that going on in my life right now. There's 5 pets in my house. And I make my rounds all day, every day, loving each and every one of them to keep me in my human experience. So find that trick for you that's going to help you stay anchored in your human experience so that you can continue to have these amazing um, connections and experiences in other realms, and really pay attention to all of those things. Like you're in that consciousness training to activate all of your gifts, all of your psyche, all of the channeling abilities, the visual, all of the clairs are being activated, right? So you're going to be able to see, know, hear, smell, feel all of the realms, and that's what you're going through training right now. So your main piece of direction right now as you go through this is how do you anchor back into your human experience? Make sure that you're still paying attention to that. We can, when we're in between those realms or we're in other realms, it's super euphoric and it's really, really cool. Um, it's wild actually, and you're just like, "Oh, it's so cool." But then we can forget to do things like drink our water or eat food or stretch our body or connect with other humans or let love flourish in our lives. So just make sure that you're still keeping that balance between the 2 things. That's what's gonna serve you the most is absolute balance between them. So let's not get obsessive nor neurotic. We don't wanna get all like, "I need the next meditation," because it's a little addicting. But just make sure that you're keeping that balance, please. The gateway, you've been feeling it already. It's like I just get this visual of like those that chose number 3 are like standing there helping hold the energy for that gateway to anchor down on earth. So like you have all of these powerful, powerful gifts, guys, and all of your clairs and everything are going to be drastically activated. So what a ride that is for you. That is amazing. I love that. Okay. There is all of that. In all of it, the urgency of this whole live that I decided to do very last second before I go out and teach. We we are having a big energy transition right now. Very big energy transition. And this gateway is going to intensify everything, the perceived good, the perceived bad, the perceived uncomfortable, and the perceived comfortable. The system of things is falling apart and has to fall apart, and we have to allow it to fall apart and be supportive towards that. I'm going to do my best to be as present as I can. I am going to be very much working behind the scenes, doing a lot of private events for those. It's like I'm sort of dividing the tool set that I've been given. Like I said, I'm passing the torch over now. It's not my role anymore. I'll be here and I'll be present, but my role is to support you in standing in the spotlight and standing in the forefront and standing in that leadership role. That's my role here. I've always known that with my role. I know exactly how. So I'm going to be teaching a lot of private invite only groups. That is where all of my focus is going, but I will still be doing the Mystic Bundle on Tuesdays at 2 for the next foreseeable future. And the Starseed events, absolutely. I'll still be doing those once a month, where I'll be bringing the whole month of downloads that I've just had forward. or what really needs to come through. And then I'm going to try and be here as much as I can live to support. Everything that I do here is for us. I chose to be of service. This is what service looks like. So I'm gonna do my best to offer you everything that I know that's coming through for us. And I feel like we have all found each other. I resonate with you. It brings me so much love and honor seeing the same names show up. And we've got a lot of new faces as well. So hey, and we have a lot of new faces signed up for the Starseed event tonight. So I'm really excited to meet you and share space with you and support you in standing in your power and standing in your purpose. So be prepared. This gateway is opening tomorrow. We're going to feel it. It's going to be intense. It might invoke some emotion or some frustration coming to the surface. It's all part of the plan is to purge what's moving through you so that you can create space for that divine inspired action to come through you, for humanity, for all involved. So welcome, welcome to the start line. Like, here we go. It's insane and it's intense and we know it. We know that this is what we were here for. And this is the very beginning of the biggest change in humanity's history. So, really excited. All right. That's enough of that. I've got to go teach and get ready for the Mystic Bundle. So, I'll see some of you there. Until I see you again, stay grounded, drink your water, program your water. So, just hold it and program it to whatever serves you vitality, connection, whatever that be. And go look in the mirror and find as many reasons as you can to say thank you. I love you. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye.